I think an educational system, a collection at the state level of publicly funded colleges and universities that wants to scale high impact practices is going to have a few challenges, and they can be daunting. One of the main challenges is that high impact practices are often invisible on a traditional transcript. Students who went through service learning and undergraduate research and a learning community and traditional courses like Introduction to Composition, U.S. history, they're going to find the courses are recorded on that transcript, available for transfer credit. They can be billed in credit hours. They can be used in formulations to calculate faculty workload and pay. But all the other things the student experienced, the learning community, the undergraduate research, the service learning, those are nowhere in those institutional records, for the most part. So at a system level, if you're trying to help people at very large scale, it's typically easier to do that with traditional curriculum and courses because they're tracked so carefully. So one of the first things you have to do at the system level with high impact practices is begin to track them as carefully as you track courses. If you think about it, there's a whole infrastructure and apparatus that goes along with that. We don't approve a course just because one faculty member says we should. We have committees of other faculty members who look at it. Depending on how innovative an academic program is, if they're starting one from scratch, we probably have faculty from off campus look at it as well, from the same discipline, looking at it with expert eyes, helping us decide whether or not we should offer it. Those same practices of oversight, peer review, and quality control would be, I think, necessary for a system trying to scale high impact practices and make them available to all their students. And one of the main reasons for that is in public colleges and universities, students tend to transfer. As many as a third, sometimes even half of the graduates from a state system started somewhere other than the institution that conferred the degree. That means that in the lower division, we have an awful lot of students taking courses, going to college, preparing to transfer. And if they think high impact practices don't count, if those practices remain invisible, then the transfer-bound students in the lower division courses just won't take those practices. They won't sign up. And as usual, the ones who don't sign up, there's an inequity in that. The students who come in, their parents graduated from college, they're not worried about where their next meal is coming from, they have a lot of social capital. Those students typically sign up for high impact practices, but they're not the ones who most need them. It's the other students, the ones who need them, who are watching to see what the transfer receiving institutions are counting as credit toward the degree. And if those receiving institutions are set up to count it, then they'll take high impact practices, and that means the system office has a role. The system office has to be the referee who helps the different institutions get together and agree on things like what is service learning, what is undergraduate research, so that it'll all carry and work in the student's benefit.